Good evening from Washington, D.C., and thank you to those of you joining us from around the world for news from a Catholic perspective. I'm Lauren Ashburn. The top story tonight, President Trump will strike a bright and optimistic tone in his first State of the Union address. In a lunch previewing the address at the White House, the president told me and other network news anchors, quote, "I want to bring our country back from a tremendous divisiveness. I would love to be able to bring our country into a great form of unity." The White House says the speech will be bipartisan and will be forward-looking. It will touch on immigration, the economy, infrastructure, trade, and national security. We have team coverage tonight before tonight's address to the nation, and we will start at the White House, where the president has been preparing. White House correspondent Mark Irons has more. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Lauren. Expect the president to list his economic achievements tonight, but steer clear of the ongoing investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. A White House official tells me immigration will be a key focus.
And it should not be a small matter to the United States Congress.
Wherever and whenever I can take steps without legislation to expand opportunity for more American families, that's what I'm going to do.
America must put its own citizens first, because only then can we truly make America great again.
It's traditionally a president's biggest platform to speak to the nation and share their accomplishments from the past year. Trump will argue his policies are a major reason for the strong economy and low unemployment. He'll make the case for a major overhaul of America's roads and bridges, an issue that will likely bring more unity than others.
Immigration has always been a contentious issue.
Helen Ferré, the White House Director of Media Affairs, tells me the president's push for immigration reform will be an important part of his speech.
It's a major issue that we put a great proposal on the table where it's really the middle ground.
The White House demands $25 billion for the U.S.-Mexico border wall in exchange for a pathway to citizenship for 1.8 million undocumented immigrants known as Dreamers. Democrats invited some of those Dreamers to be in attendance tonight. Among the president's invited guests, an immigration enforcement officer and the parents of 2 children killed by members of the international criminal gang MS-13.
They're people, they're valid, they have stories to tell, and it also points to the fact that we need to be very careful about immigration and border security, and transnational crime is an important issue.
But don't expect President Trump to wade into the federal investigation into possible collusion between his campaign and Russia. He has called it a witch hunt.
I think polls show that American people don't really care about those types of stories.
Ferré tells me the domestic battle to fight the opioid crisis and U.S. military success in combating ISIS will also be highlighted in the president's address. Lauren?
Mark, do you have any details about how the president has been preparing for his first State of the Union?
One White House official tells me the president has spent the day reviewing and tweaking his speech to make sure it sounds just the way he wants it to.
Okay. White House correspondent Mark Irons reporting. Thank you, Mark.